I often get asked about my meditation circles and whether I read from a script or how I organize that. Well, I'd like to tell you about that today. Basically, what happens for me is I'm always very curious about the world, about spiritual topics, about different aspects of life. And I often find myself, when I discover something new, thinking, how could we explore that in meditation? So basically, I'll think of a topic, learn as much as I can about that, explore it, write notes on it. And then once we sit in meditation space, I just close my eyes and let the words come. And it's often really amazing, even for me, just what channels through. The words I use, the phrasing. Sometimes even my voice seems to change depending on what I am channeling in that moment. It's very, very powerful. And I didn't get there easily. I had to learn to trust that, like many of us that channel and use our gifts in that way. The energy of the people in the room also will have an effect on what's channeled, what comes through. And it's always really great afterwards when we have our cup of tea and share what our experience was. It's always really interesting, everybody's different experience of the meditation. Like making a cup of tea, you're going to get a different response depending on what tea leaves you use, what milk brand you're using, the different kinds of sugar that you use. And so, in the same way with our meditation, it's really interesting. It will vary also depending, obviously, on the topic, whether there's a being that is wanting to add their 2 bobs worth in, and the different people in the room. And also, of course, the energy of the day, of the week, of the month, of the time of the year. So, there's lots of different factors. And I've had to learn over the years to just trust the process and to allow whatever comes through to just express through my vocal cords. And I've been doing this a very long time now. So, like anything, it's a skill that we can learn to hone. But trust is the biggest part of it. And that's what I found, I suppose, from the very beginning, just learning to just let the words gather in my head. Sometimes I get visuals as well, or maybe instead of words. So, really, what I'm expressing is what I'm describing, what I'm feeling, what I'm being given. And what a beautiful way to express. I sometimes think of it as being like an Irish Shanachie of telling a story, because that's what it really is, expressed with emotions, visuals, and storyline. You can join me for meditation in lots of different ways. I run weekly circles in house and on Zoom. And there's also a subscription on my website where you can receive a channeled meditation every week with all of the notes of whatever topic that meditation is about. And being a subscriber, a monthly subscriber, also gives you access to lots of little meditations that become like little helpful aids through the week. Meditations for when you rise, meditations before you go to sleep, meditations to quickly flush out your energy. Lots of different ideas there. I wonder, how do you meditate and what appeals to you? Do you like to sit like me and receive guidance and breathe deeply? Or is your meditation walking in nature, in your garden, drawing pictures, colouring in your art, perhaps? I'd love to hear from you in the comments about what your meditation looks like in your life. Bye for now.